Yes, my people. Welcome back to the United Front. It's Cowley here. Got a little match review for that absolute mad game that we just saw. Yeah, by the way, I got a new look. Do you know what I mean? If people ain't seen it before, no one's seen it before because I ain't done it before. So yeah, I'm bold, but by choice, by the way. Mad game, 4-4. I mean, there's a lot to take away from it. I almost had to take a minute to just digest the game before I actually made any judgments and took any takeaways from it. But yeah, madness, absolute madness. And you know what? That game could have finished anything. I feel like anybody could have won that game. Almost like every attack, there could have been a goal from either side. Anytime either team had the ball, it looked like there was going to be a goal. But yeah, where should I start? I guess just start back by looking at the game itself. In the first half, especially in the first 35 minutes, we were absolutely dominant. We were all over them like a bad rash. Yeah. Played really, really well, controlled the game, created loads of chances, looked dangerous in front of goal, and obviously we got the goal as well. We got the goal and in the first half. But I was saying even then, one goal is never enough. United will let them back into the game. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. Let's see if we can hold on. And we couldn't. They got the goal. It was 1-1 going into halftime. And then we get the goal right before the end of the half, I think. Makes it 2-1. So we go in pretty confident, playing well. We got a couple of goals and we're looking decent, right? It's 2-1, should be winning. We've got that record at Old Trafford that's always been there. We go in at halftime winning and we don't lose, right? So I was pretty confident that we were going to win this game at halftime. We were 2-1 up. We come out in that second half and as quickly as you could think it, proved me wrong. Instantly, I don't know what we did, but we completely capitulated in that second half. That first 25 minutes of the second half, we were just not there, completely absent, completely let go of the game, completely lost our footing. And if we drew the game because of any specific reason, it was because of that period in the game where we just completely let the game go. We conceded 2 goals and we're just weak. Goes back to one of them old football cliches that you're always most vulnerable at the start of both halves. And we absolutely let in 2 goals that were just silly, very avoidable, and we should have been better there. That's why we didn't win this game, because of that period there at the start of the second half. But then we're 3-2 down, and we knew what we had to do. We had to come out there, and we had to go at them, throw the kitchen sink, and get a goal, at least 1, maybe even 2. And just a little, mention as well to Amorim. Shout him out because can't lie, he's been getting a lot of stick, especially for his substitutions and the way he's been handling games when we've been losing or chasing the game, especially. But he brings on Kobe in the 60th minute, gives him a good half an hour. And Kobe came on and actually did really well. He had a lot of good touches. He got the ball forward. I think he played very well. And definitely gives Amorim something to think about going into the next game. Excuse me, especially now that Ahmad and Mbeumo are going to be gone. But yeah, he brings on Kobe, he brings on Sesko, he takes off a defender, which he's getting a lot of slack for, and he goes 4-4-2. Yeah, straight at it, old school United, absolutely throwing everything at them, trying to get the goal, and we end up getting a free kick in a dangerous area. Bruno Fernandes, oh my gosh. What a free kick. Top bins right into the top right hand corner. 2 keepers weren't saving that. Yeah. What a goal. And obviously he assisted as well with Casemiro's header for the corner, which is a great delivery from him as well. But I'll get to the players in a little bit. But yeah, we found ourselves 3-3. And then a couple of minutes later, boom, 4-3. Cunha. Just the ball just happens to fall to him. It was a great little play from Sesko, actually, after he come on, running at the defense, attacking the space, played a good ball across with good pace on it. The defender running at that speed, it's hard to actually do too much as a defender. So he's running at that speed. The ball comes to him. He just manages to get a touch onto it. Falls lovely into the path of Cunha, who has to put it away, and he does. And that goal is massive for Cunha as well. He needs that. He's been needing that. And you could tell he really wanted that goal. How much he was shooting, how much he was trying throughout that game and throughout the last few games. So, yeah, I'm happy Cunha got that goal. It's big for him. And, yeah, we find ourselves 4-3 up. Old Trafford was absolutely rocking. Atmosphere was great. I'm sure we'll hear more from Zayn on the channel about the atmosphere. He was there. But, yeah, it looked like we were primed to win the game. It really needed somebody to get their foot on the ball at that time of the game and just control the tempo, slow it down a little bit, play the ball, keep the ball a little bit, just kill the momentum of the game. But nope, we don't have the players for that, and the players didn't do that. And we find ourselves conceding. That Krupi Jr. comes on. I said it when he came on with the people I was watching. I was like, this guy always scores, man. He's got such a crazy record in front of goal, and unfortunately proved me right. He scored again. And he just looked dangerous generally when he came on. So, yeah. 4-4. And then towards the end of the game, Lamens has made 2 big saves to keep it 4-4 as well. Like, really could have ended 5-4 as well towards the end. But we just looked so defensively shaky. Like, I don't know, man. Especially towards the end. We were going for the game and we opened ourselves up big time. Like, there was times, like, we keep leaving so many gaps, right? There was a time, I don't even remember exactly what time, around the 85th minute, 86th minute. Semenyo gets the ball in the middle of the pitch in acres of space. My man could do whatever he wanted in that space, bro. He could build a fucking block of flats. Yeah? Acres of space. And I'm like, how the fuck did somebody get that much space in the middle of the park at Old Trafford? It just shouldn't happen. And you know what? I don't know if that's a structural issue because we changed it to, 4 at the back at that point in the game. But usually maybe one of the defenders, De Ligt has been doing it really well actually this season. But one of the defenders usually jumps into midfield and makes up the numbers and kind of closes that space down. But there was nobody there. Maybe it was because we were going for it, we were gung-ho, but we left so many gaps in our midfield and our defense. And towards the end of the game, we definitely could have conceded again. Saying that though, our attacking play was absolutely brilliant today. Ahmad looked so good today. He was dangerous every time he got the ball. He looked like he was going to do something. Very good performance from him. We're going to miss him so bad when he goes to AFCON because he's a direct player. He's probably our most direct player. He attacks defenders head on. He's great on the ball, silky, can take a man on. And when he's in the mood that he's in today, he's just dangerous. He's always going to create something when he gets on the ball. So, yeah, good performance from Ahmad. And generally from the attack, it was decent. Cunha got a goal. Very important for him to get the goal. Big goal from him. Bruno, again, doing Bruno things, goal and an assist, but also just very, very reckless in possession, losing the ball a few times where he didn't need to, should have kept hold of it. And that was the story of Bruno's game, but I can't really blame him because, they say, what is it, a leopard don't change their spots. Bruno wasn't going to change the way he is. He does that. We need more around him. Someone around him that's going to set the tempo a little bit more. Kobe, he came on and actually did really well. He looked really good on the ball. And like I said earlier, he's given Amarin something to think about. I was happy with his cameo. He got a good 30 minutes as well. And it looked like he earned those 30 minutes. He worked hard for it and he played well. So yeah, shout out Kobe. Hopefully we see more of him in the near future. Again, and Mbumo was probably the one guy in the attack that was shit. I can't lie. And Mbumo Wagwan, man. I got my trying to look like you, bro. And you put in a stinker like that. But yeah, man, it was bad. Hopefully he goes to AFCON, gets has a little break from United, gets a new lease of life, comes back and starts again how he started when he first came to United, which I feel like for the past 4 or 5 games he's tailed off a little bit. And his performance today was not good. He didn't look good. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah. We know he's a much better player, and I'm sure the performances will come with Mbumo. So I'm not too worried about it. Sesko looked good when he came on as well. He had a big part to play in Cunha's goal to put us 4-3 up. But again, I guess just not going to be here for too long. But I just wanted to touch on that game because it was crazy. obviously where, yeah, obviously it kind of feels like 2 points dropped, to be honest, at Old Trafford, especially considering the last few games. If you take into account the Everton game and the West Ham game, that's 9 points dropped at Old Trafford in the past, 3 games, which is not good enough by any stretch of the imagination. Saying that, we're 6th. We're level on points with Palace. We're above Liverpool. Level on points with Liverpool, Sunderland, Palace. We're in a kind of decent position, 2 points off Chelsea. And we're in and around it, which is where we really need to be right now. So I'm not going to go and say anything crazy like, this is mad, whatever. And to be honest, I think Amorim he did well for himself today. I think he's got some, some of those narratives, I think, off his might be off his back now a little bit, just in terms of the substitutions, not willing to play a 4 at the back when you're chasing the game. He did today. The substitutions, they worked. They made us more expansive, but that also acted negatively in a way that, we conceded the goals. But you got to take the good with the bad at the end of the day. He brought on the subs when we were chasing the game and we needed to get something out of it. And obviously, the downside of chasing the game is that you're going to leave gaps when you're chasing the game. And we did, and we got punished for it. Hopefully, we can learn from it. We can gain a little bit of consistency. We need to do better at home. That's the main, I think, one of my biggest takeaways from this game. We can't be, out of Bournemouth, West Ham, and Everton, we've got 2 points. That's not good enough. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat that. But again, you can say it's not good enough and criticize the team and the manager without jumping to any mad conclusions like sack the manager, do this, da. Today, it was, I think, a very good attacking performance from the team and a very poor defensive performance from the team. And that's why we didn't get the 3 points. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Just wanted to pop in and, like I said, give my thoughts on the game. Still in a good position, 6th in the table. At the beginning of the season, I was saying, Man, that they're going to finish 5th or 6th. I can see it. Man were looking at me like I was crazy. But now we're 6th and people are telling me that we're underperforming and we should be doing better. Well, if that's the case, you must think we're bona fide Champions League quality then, because we're in and around Champions League spots. So if we should be doing better, then that means we should be comfortably in Champions League spots. Obviously, still a lot of football to be played. Still very early, which is why I'm saying let's not jump to conclusions as of yet. But right now, we're in and around it. We're where we need to be. And we need to start converting some of these draws and losses and good performances but poor results into good results and start getting a couple more points. Villa next, it's going to be a tough one. But you know what? Genuinely, we've got a really good record against Villa. I was just chatting to my boy who's a Villa fan. He's like, yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason you're going to beat us. I can just see it. I'm not going as far as to say that because Villa are a tough opposition, especially the way they've been playing recently and the performances and the results they've been pulling out. I think it's their best run in 111 years or something, which is nuts. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, guys. Keep it locked on the channel. If you haven't already, go check our TikTok. We've got loads of live clips from the game. That brilliant Bruno Fernandes free kick into the top bins, that is on our page, and it's a great view as well. Shout out Zayn for the capture as well, for the footage of that. There's also footage of Casemiro's goal as well, and I've got my player ratings on there that I did. So go and check out the TikTok. It's at UtdFront, at UtdFront, all one word. And have a look at the Instagram as well, at UtdFront on Instagram. And yeah, keep it locked on the channel. There's going to be a podcast coming out in the next day or two. There's going to be reaction from Zayn, Ernest. He did the watch along as well. Try and get a highlights clip out from the watch along because it's going to be a bit of a mad thing considering the craziness that happened in that game. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. Keep the algorithm going and keep it locked on the channel. Peace and love, guys. Take care.